Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So I'm at the training pitch, just getting a light session in today because we do have team training tonight. So I'm going to start my session with a bit of footwork. So I'm working with this speed ladder, agility ladder, whatever you want to call it. So you're working on configuring your feet, learning how to actually get coordination between your arm movements and your foot movements. So this kind of work actually forces you to drive your arms and make sure you're timing it well with your footwork. Your footwork is so important. So if you're lighter on your feet and you're able to have better balance, it's going to improve your performance in so many different areas of the game. So I'm going to show you my favorite 15 footwork patterns to do. If you don't have a ladder, I've just put out these cones just to show you that you can use them just like this and you can still get the same benefits. You can make your own speed ladder with a set of cones, or if you don't even have cones, you don't need any equipment whatsoever. You can just do the footwork patterns in place, moving forward and backwards with it, just kind of replicate and imagining there was a ladder there. So you can do all of these exercises. You don't need any of the equipment, you don't need a lot of room, you can do it at home, at the pitch. Let's get into it. The first exercise is really simple. If you've ever done a speed or agility ladder in your life, you've most certainly done this exercise before. So it's just 2 foot in each square, moving nice and quickly through the ladder and then driving those arms in coordination with your feet movements. So as your right foot moves, your left arm should be driving and vice versa. Staying on your toes throughout the entire movement, heels don't touch the ground, nice and sharp through the ladder. Number 2 is very similar, 2 foot in each square, but this time we're moving laterally. So we're going sideways through the ladder, again driving those arms in coordination with the feet so that when the right knee comes up, the left arm should be driving and vice versa. Again, staying on your toes throughout the entire movement. Your heels should not touch the ground. We really want to be light on our feet and explosive, and the way we do that is by staying on our toes. Next up is the icky shuffle. This one takes a little bit more coordination now. Again, we're putting 2 foot in each square of the ladder, but we're moving diagonally through. So we're actually moving in and out of the ladder, so we're coming to the outside, and as you can see, 1 foot places down either side. So the right foot places down to the right side, then both feet come through the ladder, and then they move through to the other side as well. And you'll notice with my arm movements, as I'm moving to the right hand side, my left arm is driving, and I'm moving to the left hand side, my right arm is driving. Number 4 is the backwards icky shuffle. Exactly the same movement as the icky shuffle, but this time we're doing it in reverse. So adding another challenge to it, and this one's especially good for you defenders out there who are having to backpedal a lot if you've got an attacker dribbling straight at you and you need to jockey them. This allows you to stay light on your feet and have good coordination over your foot placement so you don't get tangled up and you're not tripping over your own feet. So make sure you're looking back with this one. It's going to take a little bit of practice, but you will get it eventually. Just again, moving through those ladders nice and quickly on your toes. Number 5 is the in and outs. A very simple one, nice and easy, and all we're doing is placing 2 feet inside each square of the ladder, and then we're spreading those feet apart as quickly as we possibly can, going outside of that ladder. So we're going in and out of each square. So nice and light on our toes as always, and what we're doing is we're going to drive those hips in and out. We're going to feel it in the abductors and the adductors. It's a really good workout for those hips. They're going to become nice and explosive, nice and strong. Light on the feet, as explosive as you can through the ladder. Number 6 is the single leg in and outs. So we're going in and out of each square once again, but one leg is working at a time while the opposite leg is just getting in a nice rhythm on the outside, light on the feet, rapid movements. So we go up with 1 foot and then return back with the opposite foot. Just placing that foot in each square of that ladder as quickly as possible. Again, as you can see, the heels aren't touching the ground, staying light on those toes, driving those arms in coordination with each foot movement, trying to be as explosive as possible. Number 7 is the lateral in and out. So what we're doing is going in and out of every single square, both feet in each and every square, but we're moving forwards and backwards and also laterally. So a lot of different movements going on with this one, so you do need to focus and be very coordinated, as well as driving those arms in coordination with those foot movements. So as you can see, as my right foot places forward, my left arm is driving and vice versa. you need to be able to move quickly in and out, but also laterally as well. So you need to be precise with your foot placements, light on those feet to get through the ladder. Number 8 is the crossover. A very simple one, but very effective for footballers. You are crossing your feet over a lot during a match, so you need to be coordinated so that you don't trip over your own feet. So all we're doing is placing one foot in and the opposite leg comes across the body. Very effective for changing directions while remaining balanced. Number 9 is the foot exchange. So we're moving laterally through that ladder once again, placing both feet in each grid of the ladder, but this time we're alternating feet. So as one foot is inside the square, the opposite foot is behind, and we're trying to exchange those feet as explosively and quickly as possible. So you really have to drive those arms powerfully, and you're driving from the hips this time. Instead of a quick movement with the feet, you're actually driving the leg forwards and backwards, staying light on the toes. Number 10 is the reverse crossover. So not only do your feet cross over in front of each other during a match, but there will be times where they need to cross behind each leg. So you need to be coordinated, otherwise you're going to very much struggle with this movement and you could end up tripping over your own feet. So we're moving from side to side, a little bit like the icky shuffle movement, but this time the foot is coming behind the leg and one foot is going in each square of the ladder at a time behind the standing leg. So it takes a bit of coordination. Looks a little bit like dancing, so you do need to get in a bit of a rhythm if you want to make it through the ladder nice and quick, light on the toes all the way through. Number 11 is hip twists. So it's very similar to the foot exchange exercise that we already did, but this time we're really overemphasizing that twisting action of the hips. We're placing both feet in each square of the ladder, just twisting from side to side. This one's going to be really good for you defenders out there who are having to jockey against attackers and they're pushing the ball from one side to the other. So the quicker that you can turn your hips, you're going to have more chance of intercepting that ball. So if you can be nice and explosive with your hip movements, you're going to become a better player. Number 12 is karaoke. So basically what we're doing is crossing over one leg in front of the other, followed by an immediate crossover behind the standing leg as well. So it takes a little bit of coordination. We're going laterally through the ladder, trying to place one foot in each square of that ladder, making sure we're nice and sharp with our hip rotations and coordinated with our feet so that we can move through the ladder nice and fluent. Number 13 is the two-footed hop. So we're moving through the ladder the exact same way that we did with the icky shuffle. So into the middle of each square, then out to the side. But this time we're doing 2 feet at the same time. So we're being light on our toes, feet are together, hopping in and out of each square. And you'll notice with my arm movements, both arms are driving at the same time. Because what happens is your arm usually drives with the opposite foot to create balance and efficiency with your movements. So if both feet are moving at the same time, that means both arms need to move at the same time. So the whole point of this is trying to develop the relationship between your arm and your foot movements. Number 14 is the one-footed hops. Exactly the same as the two-footed hops, we're just going 1 foot at a time. So as you notice, because I'm hopping on my right leg on the way up, my left arm is the one that's bent doing a lot of the driving. Then I come back on my opposite foot on the way back, and that means my opposite arm has to drive once again. It's good to be explosive on both feet, but it's also good to isolate each foot movement at a time so that you can develop balance and strength on both sides. Again, being light on those toes, heels aren't touching, being nice and explosive through the whole ladder. And number 15 is 2 forwards, 1 back. So we're just doing the exact same movements that we did with the first exercise that we completed, 2 foot in each one, but instead of continuing through the whole ladder, as we complete 2 squares of the ladder, we then move backwards 1. So it takes a bit of coordination. Not only is it challenging physically, because you're getting a lot more reps in here, lots of quick movements with the feet,
but you're also having to think about it as well, so that you can count each square to make sure you're moving backwards after you've hit that second square. So a nice sharp movement that's challenging both physically and mentally, but again, keeping the same technique, nice and light on the toes, not letting the heels touch, driving those arms.
Alright guys, so those are the 15 footwork exercises, and as you can see, just completing 3 sets of each exercise, and I'm absolutely knackered. I'm drenched, sweating, so it's a really good workout in itself. Probably take you about 20-25 minutes to complete that whole thing, and trust me, your legs are going to be burning. But you're going to become a lot more explosive, a lot more coordinated with your feet. It's really going to help you with your running technique. You're going to find yourself performing a lot better on the pitch. So make sure you give those a go. I gave you some slow motion as well. I know some of them are quite quick, but just work on them, do them slowly, then as you become more comfortable with them, increase the speed over time until you can do it at full pace. But if you did enjoy today's video and you want to see more training videos like this, drop me a comment, hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button for weekly training videos, and I will see you guys in my next video.